What's up, guys? So today we're talking about body fat percentage. I see so many people, they want to get to a specific number in terms of body fat percentage. So they might say to me, Jeff, I want to get to 8.2% body fat. The trouble is you don't know. You never know exactly what body fat percentage you are at. Even if you take DEXA, BodPod, calipers, underwater weighing, electrical impedance, all of these are going to be off by at least a certain percentage. Some are better than others, but all of them are going to be giving you a range, or at least they should be giving you a range. What they should do is they should say, there's a 95% chance, we are 95% certain that you are between 11.2 and 14.3% body fat. That's what it should do. But for marketing purposes, they give you one specific number. However, it's a lie. You don't know exactly what body fat percentage you are. If anyone says with absolute confidence that they are a certain body fat percentage, they don't know. They're either lying or they're just misinformed and they don't understand how it actually works. So for me, I like to just assess clients with the mirror. They send me a picture in a bathing suit and I just assess them visually. I look at their hip to waist ratio. I look at their abdominals or lack thereof. Is there a belly? Is there a belly of how big of a size? Their muscle definition, striations. I like to get multiple angles so I can assess roughly what body fat percentage they are. Is it 100% accurate? No. But it's just as accurate as these other methods. I might not have Greg Doucette's laser eyes, but it's still pretty accurate. And it's accurate enough that it's good enough to get a good assessment. Furthermore, it doesn't actually matter. If you're 11% or 12%, there's no difference. Your body doesn't know the difference. It knows a range. So I like to set it up like this. There are 9 categories. So the first category is 5 to 10% body fat. You are shredded, bro. And I know you're a bro because women never get this lean ever. 5 to 10%, this is obviously a big difference between 5%, which is like stage ready, competition, super vascular, etc., and 10%, which is still very, very shredded, very, very, very lean, but it doesn't have quite the same pop. You'll have a little bit less vascularity. You won't have striated glutes. You won't have the same definition in the abdominals, but it doesn't matter because they're both in the same category. They're both very, very, very lean, shredded. Now, especially near the low end of this range, this isn't really going to be sustainable naturally, except, of course, if you're our favorite family-friendly fake weights flinging friend, Jeff Cavalier. Now, getting into the 10 to 15% range, I would classify this as lean. So this is where you feel better, you look good still, you can perform well, you have a little bit more fat on your body and around the joints, so you recover better. And I would say for most guys, this is a good target for long-term sustainability, especially closer to that 12 to 15% range. For women, by the way, none of these numbers apply. Women typically have about 8 to 10% higher body fat percentage compared to a man. They have fat around the ovaries, around the organs, they have personal flotation devices, etc. And so they naturally have a higher body fat percentage. So you can use these numbers, just add about 8 to maybe 10% to them. Now, getting into the 15 to 20% range, this is where you look okay. You're not really lean, you're not eye-catchingly lean by any means, but you're not fat either. This is sort of a gray zone where you can look good, you can feel good. This is where I maintain a lot of the time. So right now, I would say I am roughly 15 to 17% body fat. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to say I am 16% body fat or I am 17.3% body fat because I just don't know. And even if I got a DEXA or an underwater weighing or any of these tests, God forbid electrical impedance, it's just not going to be accurate. So I give myself a range and I tell people I am roughly a certain body fat percentage. It's more honest and it's more accurate to the truth, and I think that's the better way to go. Now, into this 20 to 25 window, this is where you start to look a little bit soft. You don't have abs, you lose a lot of definition, a lot of vascularity, and you don't really start to look visually appealing. You might start to get a little bit of man boobage if you're a man. If you're a woman, you'll get more woman boobage. I'll edit that out. But this is a range where you should probably lose weight for optimal hormonal health, but it's not really super damaging to your health by any means. 20 to 25%, it's not bad. you know, it's okay, but it's not really causing any kind of long-term negative effects, besides not looking great. 25 to 30% is when you start to look distinctly chubby. You start to get a belly, you definitely have some man boobage going on, you don't really have any kind of muscle definition anywhere, you might get chafing in weird places, and this is just not a good situation to be in. The average American male is 28% for reference. So the average American male is roughly 190 pounds, I think, and a pretty high percentage in body fat. So for most people in this range, you're going to want to cut down, and that is going to be your main priority, especially if you want to look better. Now, into the 30 to 40% range, this is when you are fat. It's not mean, it's just descriptive. You have a lot of excess body fat, and for your aesthetics, for your health, it should be a top priority to reduce your body fat percentage. Don't worry about building muscle. You can still build muscle while you cut down, but the main focus should be on reducing your body fat percentage. I've had clients in this range, and if they are strict, if they lift weights, if they stick to a diet, they can get absolutely marvelous results and pretty quick. The higher your body fat percentage, the quicker you can lose fat if you change your lifestyle and if you stick to the diet. So 30 to 40%, your top priority should be to cut, for sure. Now, into the 40 to 50% and higher range, this is when it is, I wouldn't say it's a medical emergency, but this should be your top life priority in order to reduce this body fat percentage and get your weight down. This is when it is very stressful on the heart, on your joints, and this should be a top priority, not just for aesthetics, just in order to live longer and live a happy and fulfilled life. This is going to be the top priority for you, absolutely. I've worked with clients who are over 60% body fat, and this is when lifestyle changes are really, really, really important. Forming better habits and keeping consistent in a caloric deficit and just cutting out the junk. Because for almost everyone, you don't get to be that high of a body fat percentage unless you've been having a whole lot of shitty food. Often diabetes is a concern as well. And so this really needs to be a top priority in your life in order to get your body weight and your body fat percentage down. And honestly, if you're a certain body fat percentage, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're within a certain range, your actual actionable information is going to be exactly the same. So if you're 33% or 35% body fat, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Because your actual goal, your path, is going to be exactly the same. You're going to want to cut. Plus, most people don't really care about their body fat percentage. They might talk about it, they might think about it, but what they actually care about is how they look, how they feel, their health, their longevity. And all of this is not going to be an exact body fat percentage. Your body doesn't actually know if you're 11% or 12%. And even if you get a test, that's just in your mind. It could change overnight. You could add a little bit of body fat percentage each day. After a week, that number is different. Are you going to get a DEXA scan every week? No, that's madness. That's ludicrous. So just go by the scale, go by how you look, how you feel, and be within a certain range, and just stop worrying about your body fat percentage because it does not matter. Plus, honestly, there's so much misinformation out there. Ronnie Coleman saying in the off season he's 3% body fat, and when he's in contest shape he's 0.3% body fat. I have people who send me pictures and they think they're 12%, they're actually 20%. So it's become a metric that has been skewed. Everyone wants to say they're leaner than they actually are, but honestly, it doesn't actually matter. No one really gives a shit about your body fat percentage. They care how you look, how you perform, and it's just a number that has gotten to be pretty damn meaningless. Alright, that is all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, notifications, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in that next video. Peace! Nailed it. Cool outro with videos on the screen that you can also watch if you're really bored. Yeah.